Interesting one today, boys. So we got a court case with this girl. She was getting whacked, dug out by a bunch of guys, and she's trying to claim child support off this man, take everything for what he's got. It's going to be an interesting one, boys. Buckle in. Let's give it a watch.
Okay, Miss Canada. All right. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm seeking child support and back pay from this man.
Okay, just straightforward. That's what I like. Just get right into it. How old is the child?
The child is now 3 years old.
3 years old.
And I have not received any child support.
In 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Sir, is there a reason you haven't given her any child support in the past 3 years?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
What is that?
We've been discussing the paternity obligation.
Okay.
Under the circumstances, you know, I don't think I was the only person having a fling with Rocky at the time that you know, she and I had that time together. And,
Excuse me? Are you implying something?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that you may have been seeing some other people in addition to me. And the reason that I haven't provided
well, those are rumors.
I understand that. I understand that. But you haven't complied with my request for DNA test either, and that's my key.
So we're a minute in, and let me get this straight. She's claiming child support from a man she doesn't even know who's the father, because she's done no DNA tests. It's not looking good.
Is that if I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other father.
Well, maybe you should have been obligated to your wife whenever you were having an affair with me.
You know, you're right about that. And honest
so
truth
you are admitting that you're married?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I've told her. I've told her that we had this fling.
You didn't tell me you were married until after.
That's correct. That's correct. I did not tell you.
I'm sorry, I won't disrupt you guys anymore.
Now this is what taking full accountability looks like. Something you don't see from the other side of the table.
So, you know, from my perspective, Your Honor, I certainly understand the situation. I'm not trying to be hard-hearted, so to speak, about this, but I think that there's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying any kind of support, because at this point, we haven't confirmed whose child this is.
Look at the eyes. She ain't scared to hide it. You know what she's looking at? She's looking at that money just floating away into the sunset.
Okay. Well, I definitely have some questions too, but I don't think they have anything to do with child support. It's more about you guys' backstory, but that has nothing to do with me. However, has this man taken a DNA test at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did he sign anything at the hospital?
No, he wasn't
acknowledging that he was the father? Okay. So he does have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on child support, he either has to accept parentage, which, according to what I'm hearing, you're really not accepting it.
He's in denial about his affair and doesn't want his wife to find out.
My wife knows.
Oh, yeah, she knows now.
He's lying.
You told her?
I would have heard from her by now.
Her argument is kind of invalid. I mean, the judge agrees with the guy. She doesn't have that much ground to stand on. Never done a DNA, and she keeps reverting to the fact that he's in denial and his wife doesn't know. He's already said that his wife knows, and that's not the reason why they're there. They're there because you're asking for child support because you was getting whacked by other dudes and you're trying to get this guy's money.
I work with him, ma'am.
Oh. At the welding place?
I'm a receptionist there. That's how we met.
You're her direct manager. Oh, okay. Ooh. Wasn't expecting that much tea this morning. Yeah, he's entitled to a DNA test.
Sure.
Okay, so before we can move forward with anything in terms of child support, looking at your financial documents you provided, he first needs to get a DNA test. So what I can do is you guys go and get the DNA test, then you can come back at a later date, possibly, if he's the father. If he's not the father, you're more than welcome to bring back as many people as necessary. I'm not implying by any means that what he's saying is true.
Right. He's
but
definitely
if he's
the
not
father.
the father, you can bring back as many people as necessary to get DNA tested, and we actually find the father and place him on child support.
Well, I know who it is, so that's not necessary, but thank you.
The judge is pretty much saying, look, 304, all these guys you've been getting whacked by, could be 10, 15, 20 potential fathers, bring them back, because you're a bizzle. The judge is calling you a bizzle, you know your life's bad.
Okay. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, can we get your assistance in having this thing compelled so that we can get this DNA testing done expeditiously?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And it will be done through the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Because they are actually on site in the courtroom, and it will be in the courthouse rather. And it will be much easier and free to you all to go ahead and use their resource. Okay? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Rocky?
You're welcome.
If I have obligations here, I'll stand behind them.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Even after all their yapping and trying to make him look bad, he said, look, if I'm the father, I'm going to step up and do what needs to be done. That's called being accountable for your actions. And she wasn't accountable. Getting whacked by God knows how many guys, you know. And I tried doing some research to see if there was a follow-up video if these guys came back. And apparently they never did. She could have brought some other dudes. We're never going to know. We're never going to know. But I'm glad they had this judge, because I've seen her cases all the time. But sadly, we see a lot of cases where women will take these guys to court for assault and child support cases, and the guys just get tarnished and they get a flipping life membership, a lifetime membership at childsupport.com. You know, we see this happen too many times. But let me know what you think of that. Let me know in the comments.
This video is going viral right now of this woman who said she did not want to be a responsible parent, so she gave up her kids, and now she's having to pay her old husband child support.
Okay, so in November, I decided I no longer wanted to be a responsible parent, and I gave up my kids.
So she starts off the video by saying that she did not want to be a responsible parent anymore, so she just gave her kids up to their father, so that way she didn't have to worry about taking care of them anymore. She goes on to say that she was just tired of being responsible and caring for her children. It also didn't fit with her lifestyle anymore to have her children, because now she was going out and dating other men and living a life where she couldn't stay at home and take care of those children. And now she's paying child support to the kids' fathers because he is taking care of those kids now. But that's not exactly what she's upset about. She's mad she couldn't claim them on her taxes even though she cared for them up until November, because the dad that now takes care of the kids has already claimed them on his taxes. What do you guys think about this?
Cold. She belongs to the streets.
She really gave up the family, the kids, because she wants to get whacked, go out drinking, be with random guys. You really gave up your kids for that. There's people like this that don't deserve to be parents, man. They choose the lifestyle over their own flipping flesh and blood. Wild. Let me know what you think of that one as well.